Couple is two. So I'll do the first couple. Same thing as saying I'll do the first two. He does his work well. Well, because I'm modifying work, which is a verb. She plays the piano very well, because I'm referring to how she plays. I'll do the next one. He is a good student, because I'm describing him, the student. Okay, so let's start with you, Chop, number 4.
This pen does not work well.
Well, that's correct, because
today was very well.
this lesson today was very,
Very good.
because the adjective is going to modify lesson, which is a noun. Okay?
Very good.
So our lesson today was very good. Number 6. These exercises are very good. Correct, Ben, because the adjective is describing exercises. Pew, number 7.
I was sick for a few days, but now I am good.
We're referring to health. See, the adjective is going to refer to your health. So when we need to decide whether to use good or well, and we are referring to health, we're going to use well. Well, yeah. So I was sick for a few days, but now I am well again. Because when we say health, we use well. So Nat, I'm sorry, number 8.
How do you feel? Very well, thank you.
Correct, because the adjective is going to refer to health. When it refers to health, we use well.
Teacher sometimes can use very good.
Well, no, because we use good when we are describing or modifying a noun. And we use well when we are describing or modifying a verb. So at number 8, we said, how do you feel? So we need, the word needs to describe feel. So we need an adverb. And well is the adverb. So we would say very well. Now you will hear sometimes, I need to be clear about this. In English, a lot of English speakers will get this wrong. You know, you will hear in speech, maybe someone in the movies or someone in a television program, they'll say, how do you feel today? Very good. Well, that's maybe what they said, but it's actually incorrect, you know. When you're describing a word that is a verb, you're going to say well. When you're describing a word that is a noun, you're going to say good, unless you're referring to health, in which case well is an adjective. Okay? So let's see.
Teacher, I heard someone, how are you? Say, I'm good. Right or wrong?
Well,
How are you? I'm good.
that's a good question. That's a good question. A lot of people would say, I'm good, you know, I'm good. But actually the correct way to say it would be, I'm well, thank you. Now, you see, I'm an English teacher. So if you ask me how I feel today, oh, I'm well, thank you, you know, I'm well. But if you go to Los Angeles in America, and you stop on someone on the street and you say, how do you feel today? About half the time they're going to say, I'm good. You know, because it's one of those things that a lot of people don't follow the rule. And so you can decide whether you want to follow the rule or not. You know? So, I mean, and if you go to Los Angeles and someone, you check into the hotel and said, well, how are you doing today? And if you said, I'm good, they wouldn't even think that you were making a mistake, you know, because a lot of people will say that. But if you ask an English teacher, I would say, well, I'm well, thank you. And there are probably expressions like that in Thai, you know, that there is the correct way, and then there's the way a lot of people actually speak.
So well, so good.
Yeah. So let's see, we're on number 9. Would you do number 9?
This new pen writes well.
That's correct. Because well is modifying the way it writes. And Chop, number 10?
It's really a very good pen.
A very good pen. Because the adjective is modifying pen. Let's see. Tip number 11.
When you don't feel well, take long walk. It is often good medicine.
A good medicine. That's right. Because the first time we're describing how we feel, the second time we're describing the medicine. Okay.
We congratulate him on his good work.
That's correct. Ben?
Sean played tennis well.
Correct. Okay.
His brother is also a good tennis player.
Correct. Okay. We're on a roll. That's an idiom. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. Everybody's getting it right. It's an idiom.
On a roll.
We're on a roll. If when you're on a roll, you can't do anything wrong. Everything is going right when you're on a roll.
Is it a positive meaning pen with a negative meaning?
It's a positive. It's positive. When I say we're on a roll, it means that the last 4 or 5 times, we went around the whole class and everybody got it right. Okay? We're on a roll.
Okay. Positive.
If about half of you got them wrong, I would have said, uh-oh, let's go back and do that again. You know, or something, you know, but I wouldn't have said we're on a roll. That's an idiom, and it probably comes from gambling. You know, when you roll dice, you roll dice, and so if you keep winning and winning and winning, you say we're on a roll. So that's what it is. We're on number 15. Nat?
The movie last night was very good.
Good. Correct. 16.
The face went well.
That's correct. Chop?
She is a good student of languages.
Correct again.
Everything that she does good.
Well,
She does well.
right, because we're modifying does. Okay, and so you're next.
Helen dances well.
Helen dances well. Ben?
Her sister is also a good dancer.
That's correct.
I don't understand you very well.
That's correct.
He speaks so rapidly.
That's correct. Because understand is a verb, and we're modifying verb. And I'll do the last one. The weather today is very well. No, I'm wrong. You see, I tricked you up. The weather today is very good because I'm describing weather. See, I was testing you. I was testing you.
You want to take us?
I was trying to test you.
I believe you.
The weather today is very good. Okay, I think we got that. We're on a roll.
On the road.
On a roll.
ได้ที่เรื่องไหนอ่ะ
On the road.
แปลว่า
Now we have already studied we've already studied how to turn verbs from present tense into past tense. Usually, not always, but usually we just take the verb and we add ed to it in order